Hey guys, it's been a while. This is Zeno here on Xtra76 because this is just more of a personal archivy vlog going on. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I have yet to go to bed, so this is just more of a philosophical, trying to realize what's wrong with me kind of video, and it's a lot better to talk it out. So, perfect thing to do is to just make it in hell. I might not even upload this. I don't know. It's been over 2 months since I last made a video, and I don't know why. What's wrong with me? I seem to be very mentally distracted by everything. Really inconvenient, let me tell you that. Also conveniently, about 2 months ago, I decided to work more shifts at my job, so things are aligning in a certain way to where I can come to the conclusion that I am running out of time to do what I want to do. Sorry if I blow into the mic weirdly too, but yeah, as much as I want to blame being too busy for stuff, I am not too busy for stuff, and there's something going on with me that's doing my best to mentally avoid wanting to make these videos, and I need to make some sort of breakthrough sometime soon to get that to go away, because if I ever want to make this thing my thing, you know, that I want to actually do, or the hobby that turned into the job kind of dream that everybody has these days, I can't sit around and just watch my channel do what it's doing. I know it's generating revenue and all that money junk, but it's nothing sustainable. You can't grow unless you're making stuff, and I'm not making stuff. Lots of things have happened within the past few months, and I haven't done anything, barely anything to post about them. And I don't know why. There are parts of me that want to say, well, all the other YouTubers are doing them, they're just going to watch those videos instead. And to a certain point, that's true. People who have bigger audiences obviously will get that viewership, but it's also competitive. I want to make sure I get my opinion out there, and I want to make sure people view that too, especially if they find that entertaining. You know, I don't know who wants to watch my stuff. There are people who want to watch my stuff, apparently. You know, there's a dedicated following I have, especially if you're the ones who actually watch this kind of content. But there's a part of me that just says, what's the point? You know, it sounds depressing, I know, especially the way I'm talking here. I'm just trying to talk kind of quietly for my roommate's sake, but there's a lot in my brain that like just doesn't make me want to finish videos. Like, what's my last official video? I did something with Sonic Riders Zero Gravity on the main channel. I've been working on Sonic Free Riders for the longest time because it's hard to want to gain up the mental capacity to play that game, especially when, one, it is actually as bad as people say it is. It's pretty not mind-numbing, but it's frustrating, unnecessarily frustrating. I mean, you can see the setup I got back here. I've been doing my best to record whenever I play, but it's hard to want to play the game when you come home from a very mentally and physically exhausting job. I mean, I don't know if I've told you guys what I do for a living, and it doesn't really matter what I do for a living, but there are just points where I just don't want to do anything. Like, I could stream. I've been streaming off and on for the past few months since I last uploaded a video, and for some of you, you know that. But there's just moments where I'm like, I don't even want to be on the camera. I just want to play my game and relax, and that's what I see a lot of people do with normal people jobs. They use video games as escapism, and I'm literally doing that right now, like every day. I keep wanting to come home and play games. Sometimes it's games that do frustrate me, sometimes it's games that make me laugh and have fun, and all of the above or in between. But man, it's so sad that I'm not in a state where I can do something with that video, you know, with video games, because that's been like my goal the entire time I've had this channel over 10 years ago. And I've had this problem off and on with my jobs along the line. There are moments where you see me make videos all the time, even if they're the stupidest thing, especially because they're always update videos. But there are just moments where I am so brain dead. You know, I gotta give credit to people who can actually do this and go to school and have a job, because I can't do it. It's hard for me mentally. I said, how many times I'm going to say physically and mentally in this video is going to be insane. So get your shots ready, because I'm probably going to end up unintentionally saying them a few more times in this video. But it's hard to find the balance in time. Just time alone, not even just like personal issues of mine, but just time. Like, my perception of time is speeding up, and it's honestly scaring me. Where I work 8 hours a day, come home after, you know, I drive almost 30 minutes to a job and 30 minutes back. That's another hour wasted, so that's almost a little over 9 hours if you count my half an hour lunch. 9.5 hours wasted of my day, and I'd only get like 2 to 3.5 hours of personal time before I have to get ready for bed, so I can get the right amount of health, you know, a healthy amount of sleep, so I can get ready for the next work day. In that whole time, I barely have 3 to 4 hours to do what I want to do, and that zooms by quickly, especially if you like to unwind and play games, because you'll get way into a game, 2 hours will pass by, you'll realize 2 hours will pass by, you're gonna want to like get something to eat, and then watch a video while you're eating, and that's another like hour if you're really into some videos and stuff like that. Do some pointless research on some game you want to do, or something you find on social media that's like informational and gets you into your head. This is like my daily routine. And then next thing I know, it's time for me to go to bed, and I'll try and go to bed, and sometimes I don't even go to bed on time. Like, I'll lay there and just I can't go to sleep. I'm not like tired enough to actually fall asleep, and I end up losing sleep to get ready for the next work day. So then I usually end up getting 6 or less hours of sleep for my work day, and then I work, and then the same routine happens again. And it's really, really like exhausting and frustrating. And I mean, you can kind of tell just how I am this way, and I'm not gonna lie, the lack of other workers in my job field doesn't help. I usually have to pick up a lot of the slack in there, and that's kind of been the premise ever since I've moved into this place. I mean, the last time, again, I uploaded a video was right when I moved in here, and then I went dark. I've been off and on Twitch, because sometimes I just feel like posting something, streaming something. It's something better than making a video, because making a video takes planning and time and way more effort than streaming. I'm not gonna lie. Streaming is easy, as long as you have the mental energy to, there's the word, to just hit the stream and then play the game and talk about what you're doing in the game. And anybody who happens to show up, you can talk to them and interact with them. It's a lot easier, you know. In a YouTube video, you have to present to think you're in front of a huge audience at all times to make sure you're always entertaining in every moment of the video, to keep their attention, to keep their retention, so you can keep them flowing along through the video organically. And it's a lot trickier than you think it is. A lot of the YouTubers who can do it, I commend them, because that takes a lot of, especially good writing in these scripted types of videos. There are obviously unscripted videos that you can post, but people who have the clever acting, clever writing, all in one, and they're like very, very small crews, you know, those are the ones I end up watching more than making videos in the first place. And I don't have nowhere near the amount of skill like that, especially in writing. I can do the acting part, especially if I take enough time to set up the right scenario to do the acting, and I can edit the videos. I don't have a lot of experience in editing, but when the time comes when I know I'm almost done with the video, especially with filming the video, I get that editing done. I just go, you know, drink a huge ton, you know, I can't even English, a huge amount of caffeine, and I just get to work and get it done. You know, I get to the point where I'm excited to see the video come together. And especially if I don't know how to do an effect or something I need to do, I learn how to do that effect almost exactly or immediately at that time, and then hopefully I can retain and remember that skill, and that's how I improve in editing. So I would call myself an okay editor, and I have almost like literally the exact base skills to do something consistently, and it's just all about getting it done. The writing is the hardest part. I've had writer's block on the Sonic Free Riders thing for the longest time because there was nothing for me to really flow through in the video. It's hard, especially when you have to still complete it. I'm nowhere near done on completing that game, and I can see why a lot of reviewers back when the game was getting hit hard on back in like 2011, why it would they would never bother completing it because it's a slog. Most of the achievements are pointless. Hell, some of the achievements encourage you to be bad at the game so you can get that achievement. It's pretty annoying. But that's a whole different tangent. There are just some points where I just need to get my ass off of doing this type of lifestyle I've had for the longest time and step up. And even if it makes me exhausted, even if I do have lack of sleep, it's better to know that at least I had like mental accomplishment in what I'm doing. I'm making progress in something than sitting down and losing 2 hours of sleep trying to go to sleep. Like, at that point, I might as well just use those 2 hours to get better at something, so then I'll actually be tired to get the 6 hours of sleep and then work at my job. Not gonna lie, my job, even though I don't work a full 40 hours like a lot of people do on this world, it's very inconvenient because it's not, work isn't flexible. Like, if I were to have YouTube as a career, I could decide to film a video whenever I would wake up, anytime at like 3 in the morning. I don't like to put this specific person, if you guys know Rubber Ross from the Game Grumps, you know, etc., etc. He's had moments where I've watched him, like on Twitter or on Twitch, where he starts streaming and he literally says, I got up like 3 hours ago, and then this is like 7 o'clock at night. Or he got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. His sleep schedule's all over the place. During my weekends, my sleep schedule is usually just as all over the place until I have to fix it for my job, or else I would oversleep and get fired. So my job is a huge blockade on what I'm trying to do here, and there are moments where like I legitimately think I should quit it or dial back the hours or something so I can focus on this and see if I can take the risk to make this something bigger much faster. But obviously those are just moments where I'm frustrated at work, and obviously it's not a good idea, especially right now. I mean, I do have savings. I could live off that for a while I try and get things ramping up here, but obviously I'm still not in the fullest mental capacity to ramp things up fast enough in any sort of way, unless you get really, really lucky, and some people do. But I don't believe I would have that kind of luck, because look at my life. I mean, either I spend it all in my early days, or, you know, I mean, I pretend luck is a finite resource in people's lives, and it sparks accordingly off and on. You know, I could have spent all my luck maybe dodging a certain car I didn't know in traffic and all that junk. That's a whole different, again, I'm all over the place here. It's just, again, this is like therapy for myself, because it helps me think about why I feel so confined or stuck in this rut, for better or for worse, because there are a few benefits to being in this rut. It's just the worst part is I don't get the free time to try and get my hobby to be something that I'm passionate enough to the point where it becomes my career, and I'm happy in that way. Because even though I do go through nights and thoughts and sleeps and whatever you want to say, where I'm like, would I really like to do this job for a living? As much as it sounds like it would make video games not fun because it would become my job, I feel like I could learn and grow off of the not personality. There's a word here that it's coming to my head, but it would help me grow as a person socially to get these things done, because it would help me come out of my shell. Obviously, I don't act the way I normally would in videos, hell, even live streaming. I put on a character, I put on a cloak of someone who's subjectively nicer in moments, and other, you know, different personalities, and I want to make sure when I get good at this that people know I try and be as the real me as I can, because there's just a moment where you get used to being a fake version of you, and people can't do it forever, when people don't realize that's the thing that happens to people all the time. You know, some people they feel betrayed when they figure out you're not really acting like you for the longest time. And I want to make sure as I grow my audience, if I ever grow my audience, I want to let them know that's not me. You know, it's hard to say it when you're doing the video or the bit or the part, but there's just a part where I need to get to the point where I do that. I don't know how I went off on that tangent, but yeah, there's a lot I need to do, and there's a lot I keep over preparing for too. I mean, you've seen people grow audiences with literally like nothing, like just a basic webcam, maybe a low-end PC, and boom, they slowly grow, and they're usually it's their personality that drives them forward. You know, they're high energetic and all that stuff. And I can do that. It's just timing is key. But I'm still sitting here thinking having the best equipment will help me get forward in this, what you would call a career, or attempt to make a career out of this, because I've got things that are like considered ultra high-end these days, or needlessly expensive is the best way I would want to put it. I mean, I used to have a high-end capture card. It's okay these days, mostly for streaming. I got a high-end PC. Hell, you guys don't even know that I have a 3080 now. I bought from a scalper. I did it. I'm sorry, but I bought a 3080, and now I have one, and I've been using it to try and make money back. I've been crypto mining. I do that stuff. I have an Elgato Stream Deck now. I don't know if you guys knew that, unless you guys were on my streams. I can't really show it because the cable's taut right now. But I have a Stream Deck. I've been learning to use the ever-living crap out of this. I've used software to emulate, that's probably the best word, a mixer board, so I can actually dynamically switch from like speakers to microphones to headsets, to add filters and voice effects. I've been doing a lot of stuff technically that helps me grow all this stuff, you know, and invested tons of money into this kind of stuff to further advance my art and career and other stuff. But it's not going to be useful if you don't use these correctly in the first place. And that's why these tools, it's not just paying more money until things happen. You know, it always happens. I don't know exactly why I was saying stuff like that, but I'm just, again, the self-therapy, you know, I keep tricking myself. Oh, I need to buy this thing and it'll help me make better videos. Like, I'll buy this light that costs $15 to $20. It's on the low end. It doesn't cost that much. Oh, the Stream Deck, I'm going to use it anyway. It's $150. They'll help me switch transition scenes faster when I'm streaming, or add sound effects to video recordings when I'm playing with my friends. I've done all those things, I'm not gonna lie, but I haven't posted anything about them. I haven't done anything about them. So right now, you really think about it, with all this equipment that I bought and all this stuff that I use for these videos, I'm still hugely in the negative, and I need to calm down so I don't keep spending thousands of dollars on a passionate hobby, which, you know, is subjective. As long as it makes you happy, you know, rock on. But I want a purpose for this, and if I keep dumping money into something that's never going to take off because I never attempt to want to take it to take off, I should stop putting money into it. But I don't know. I'm almost done ranting here. You know, this is just the part where, like, I need to stop wasting time. I need to actually find a mental state where I can figure out a plan where I can spend the right amount of time on every single moment and subject, because I want to work on this. I want to play my games on my own time, and I have to balance that in with life and work, and that's hard. You know, trying to make sure you pay enough attention to your family. And back then, you know, I had a relationship, and I always tried to focus on this, and I ended up hurting that relationship too. Not as much as I probably think it actually did, but there's a point, like, where I thought I might have gone a little overboard on spending too much personal time on stuff like this. And it's tricky, you know, people who can pull it off or attempt to look like they're pulling it off, you know, I gotta give them props, because it's not fun to think. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know what I'm saying. Apparently I stopped the recording somehow. Did I left click that? I don't know. Anyway, ending here. It's a good reminder to think to myself. You know, speaking it out loud helps you think a little more clearly. There's a lot I need to work on because I haven't grown for 2 months. Honestly, I feel like I only am improving when I'm actually posting stuff or showing people what I've done, because I haven't shown really anything what I've done, even to like my family or friends. So I need to step up and stop wasting my goddamn time. Anyway, if anybody ever somehow comes across this video, thank you for watching. If you watched all 20 minutes of it, or if you skipped to the end, you know, thanks for being concerned, because this is all what this really video is about. It's just for archiving my emotion at the time and telling myself I need to fix something, and I should start very, 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 very soon. So there we go. Anyway, Xeno is out of here, and I guess I'll catch you on another more positive vlog, because I'm still trying to be quiet. I'm a little down, probably tired. And hopefully it won't be like that for long. In a good way. Anyway, see you guys. See you guys later.